What type of wine aromas can you expect to perceive when tasting a glass of Syrah or Shiraz? Let's move on to the spicy category. And licorice is a potential candidate in certain Syrah and Shiraz wine. It's part of the spicy categories, spicy subcategory on the wine aroma wheel. If you try to locate that on your wine aroma wheel, it evoked the aroma of black licorice or star anise. And actually, the compound evoking these sensations is very well known to the wine scientists. It's called anethole, and you can also perceive this note in tarragon or fennel. So whether you describe licorice as licorice or star anise or fennel, this is the same. This is the same compounds that will evoke this sensation to you. So based on what you are most familiar, you may come up with different names. So these flavors results in the chemical change during fermentation. So it's not a primary aroma, more secondary aroma, and yeah, it's more a secondary aroma. Black pepper. That's kind of a signature aroma in Syrah and Shiraz, and the compound responsible for this spicy note that evokes, the black pepper flavor, not so much the pungency, the burning. It's more the flavor of black pepper. This compound was identified by the Australian Wine Research Institute in 2008, I believe, and it's called rotundone, and a complicated, chemical formula, but very typical of Syrah and Shiraz, definitely. Now we are moving on outside of the spicy category, more into the herbaceous category, the green area in the wine aroma wheel, where black olive is sometimes cited as an aroma for red wine. So it's part of the herbaceous category, the canned cooked subcategory. It evokes the smell of black olives, but sometimes there is the green note of the green olive, and definitely a secondary aroma produced during fermentation. And the compounds that could evoke the olives aroma are aldehydes and thiols. I don't have specific typical compounds because they haven't been identified, but the category of chemical compounds has been suggested as aldehydes and thiols. You can find olives in green, in white wine and red wines. I tend to find it sometimes in certain Chardonnay, but definitely in some Syrah Shiraz wine, you might encounter this note. All right, tea, dry tea. I've read some wine reviews using tea as a descriptor for certain red wines. It's part of the herbaceous category on the wine aroma wheel, the dry subcategory. It evokes the smell of tea. It's more a tertiary aroma that is developed during bottle maturation, bottle aging. So it can be associated with the dried leaf, but sometimes you might describe this sensation more as an earthy aroma. So it's kind of multidimensional. Sometimes people also use tea as a descriptor to describe Earl Grey tea, which is a bit different because Earl Grey has this compound that is close to orange essential oil. Sometimes you'll see the orange pekoe. You probably have seen this type of tea. And it's more floral than actually dried earthy character on tea. So this is a quick overview of the wine aromas that you may detect or not in Shiraz or Syrah wines. And I hope this was useful. Thank you.